Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X, which is an open source 2D 4X post-apocalyptic game. Uh, I have a GitHub that you can check out, and I use it to also have a project in there to keep track of what I'm doing each day. And today we're working on the battle log. We're still working on war. We got a few things to do before we get to the next round. We're getting there though. We're kind of marking shit off. It's going surprisingly well. At first it was not. Now it is. We are going to. I'm turning on my music. Today, the main thing is we're gonna make this person an army leader, and then we're gonna spawn him. Then we're gonna go to war. So on here, if you click on this, it brings up this panel, which is where you can see what is going on. We need to improve how this looks and whatnot. But I think this should be down at the bottom, so it will only go this far, and then if I can click, it won't come up. But oh, now we broke it. It needs to go between these two things and be at the bottom, so you can watch basically two things, and this is one of the things we want to fix, is this thing to be working while this panel is open, so we can see what's going on down here. I don't think we need these big gaps down here either. So we can see a little bit of what's going on, so you can be doing other stuff while that's open. So currently you can, you can't move around while this is open. We need to fix that. You can see me trying to move around down here. So that's what we're going to work on first. So let's see. The first part of that is under the player UI. I need to click something though. Click this and click this. And I have clicked the things. I haven't gotten my notification that I'm streaming, which is weird. Happens sometimes. Okay, so let's find this battle control, is what we're calling it here. It's this battle log control, and we'll open it up. So its width looks like the width is right. I already did the width, I guess. It's right on the left side. It is not right on the right side. So we need to move this in. And it looks like I have a margin control already set up for this. So the top is to keep it off this bar up here. So we need to know the width, this on the right. Well, see, this box is the box of what the player sees. So we need to know the width of the event log. So this width is 300. So if we go back to this margin control, we can do 300 on the right. And so see this orange box? That is the width. And I was just thinking that how bizarre it is that we have 300 on this side and then we have whatever 201. I guess we should do 301. That's so that they're not actually touching, is why I guess this is this way. I feel like I'm like half awake here, even though I've been awake for quite a few hours now. Okay, like 1.5 hours. Like I'm still getting warmed up in my mind. This is bizarre that this is 300 and this is 200. I'm not going to fix this right now. I don't even know where we would put this. Maybe we should fix it right now. If we did that though, I mean, this is definitely bizarre to have this a different width on each side. If we did that, we probably would want this thing to be 300. Someone in chat said that they thought that this was kind of small, like this thing was kind of small. So we'll make this, and I agree. When I was doing this in Unity, it was massive. So I've made it a lot smaller this time. Let's see if we can just easily adjust this. This is going to be the county info panel, is what I used to call it, and it's still called that. It's a county info control is what it's called now. So to make this bigger, what level of horribleness am I up against here? $354. Why 354? 354. Okay, this is opening. I see why it's that way. We got an extra thing in here. This was like a test thing that it gets deleted when it opens. But we can get rid of that now. I don't think we need that test thing in there. It's this thing. I hope it's that thing. I'm so worried now because I didn't get my little notification that shit is working. It does it sometimes, but it still worries me. So that I don't like that this is whatever this is now. So let's change this thing to 300, and let's see how fucked up that's gonna make shit. We can just ignore this other thing right now. If we make this 300, I wonder why I manually did it and didn't have it controlled by this other part. Probably because I did this earlier on. So this is the minimum size is 300 by 300. We can fix these buttons. That's not a big deal. But what I probably should have done, let's see how I did this. This is a VBox. Faction name. Oh, weird. Let's just fix how I did this, and then this should fill. That's right. Do we have like a margin container in here? We do. In the margin container, probably, what am I looking for? Theme override, constant. Yeah, it's just so that they don't get to go to the very edge, which is nice. I thought ahead once. Oh, look at this, only on the sides though. I didn't do it on the bottom, which I did not think ahead of. Let's add 10 in there. That didn't move that though. That should have moved that up. We can close this other thing so it's less for now. And then because I just think it should be even on the sides. We're using up 600, so we'd still have 1200, 1220. And we got to make this so that if the size of the screen changes, it works better, hopefully. I think it's going to be a catastrophe when I get to that part, adjusting for screen sizes, but I'm trying to like preemptively plan for that. So I manually type this shit in here, which I guess is fine. I don't think this is quite right. So here's our control, which I have going across the whole screen. I don't think I need to do that, honestly. Wonder why I did it that way. There's another, see now I fucked it all up. So basically we can have the control just go over this thing. And we can do that, at least if I remember correctly. I think we put this, no, we want this to shrink beginning, and we want this to shrink beginning. I think I just did this on my other game like last night, and I was like, oh look, this doesn't go all the way to the bottom either. There's all sorts of weird shit going on here. This is one of the earlier things I wrote. So the minimum size, we're going to put in a minimum size here, I guess. The minimum size is going to be 300. I don't know what the length of that looks like. Maybe 500? Whoa, not even close. Is that 300 by 300? That's not a square. I guess it is a square. Then why? I must have manually forced it down from the top so that it's not sitting at the top, which is also weird. I'm suddenly was like, I'll just put it back. Why fuck with it? So with this control, I think that what we need here, let's put a margin control or margin container in here. And we can just force this down. Everything will be inside this margin container. We'll force this margin container down from the top. I think it was 26. Yeah. So then this control will still be anchored up here, but this will be down like this. I don't know why there's this little gap. This must not be, well, we'll figure it out as we go through. So this is we want this control to basically shrink and fit, and it's not doing that. And we want it to be the same size as this thing, and maybe I have to manually do it. I can't, I swear to God, I just did it yesterday on my other game. I didn't stream it. So this one needs to be, see, this one's 304. What did I just select? I hit something here. I wanted to be here. Okay, it can't be in here because this is being set now by this thing. So we're going to do a minimum size of 300. Is that really a square? I guess it is. It doesn't look like a square to me. This is 304. And we put an extra pixel in here just so that they're not touching again. Just making sure that that's set. So 300 by 300. This is another box. This is the V box, so that controls like all these little things inside of it. We want to do this. So there's like an H box, then there's a V box. What is the H box for? The H box is the horizontal, vertical. I always get these backwards lately. It's like a new thing that's happened where I have these backwards all the time. This is 300 wide. This panel is 300 wide. It's 300 by 300, which is this. It's weird that this is slightly different. See, these are 304. I wonder where it's getting this 4. This must be getting this from the margin container. Now we're gonna have to fuck with this too. Well, we'll see. There's another whole panel below this that we're gonna fuck with too. We're gonna fuck with a bunch of stuff. So that's where this little gap is coming from, is these are different. This container is 3. Can I just set this to expand? Vertical. Horizontal. Vertical. I think I did this weird. This is one of the first ones, like I said, that I built. So let's go from scratch kind of and do this the correct way. So we're gonna start up. Lord Mac, how's it going? I guess chat is working. I don't know why I didn't get my notification. No. All right, let's rebuild this thing from scratch. So we got this margin control that we'll keep it off the top there. We gotta. All right, so this also includes this thing that's over to the side, which is the selected hero panel. We'll turn that on. So that includes this thing. Look at how big that gap is, though. So this could have a separation thing in it, which is under theme overrides. It doesn't. It should be. Oh yeah? What'd you think? I made some good progress yesterday. I feel like maybe I didn't. I felt like I did. Let's see. So what is going on here? We have these buttons. All right, so there's something wrong with this. Should be up here. Oh, no, it shouldn't. This is, I need to rename these too. So this is the selected one. That's supposed to be in this V box, or in this H box, I mean, and it is. So then underneath this V box is we have this panel. And then we have this margin. No, see, I did this bad. Well, I didn't. It's not bad. It's just not that good. Yeah, I am very. I was thinking about that guy from yesterday who was talking about making his game uh from scratch without an engine, and that seems like so much extra work because they've done like these boxes and stuff. You'd have to write all of how these boxes work from scratch. And there's actually this other game that I streamed one day, and the developer contacted me and was like, "Yeah, we can't do that because we wrote our code from scratch. We didn't use an engine." And I was like, "Why would you put like that? Those limitations." So all I was saying is you needed to be in the game that I'm talking about. You needed to be able to zoom in and out, and you couldn't. So you were stuck at this weird view. Um, yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. You got the framework would already be there, but in this case, so it's just extra work. So this guy like basically was saying he couldn't fix the zoom issue because that's what I was complaining about in my stream is that you couldn't zoom in and out, and it was like made the game nearly unplayable to me. And he couldn't fix it because he didn't use an engine, and I felt like that was a weird excuse. And so but it also shows that like there is like if you using an engine does make it a lot easier. And then I read about Helldivers 2. They're using some obsolete engine, and they made a very popular game. I actually didn't stream it last night, but I checked it out last night, and it was pretty fun. I only did 2 missions, solo, not with humans. Um, but they are using some obsolete engine where they like know the creators, but the creators are no longer involved with the engine, and the engine is defunct, and they just like have been building on top of it. Um, so it's interesting because they love that engine so much, and they have so much knowledge about that engine, they don't want to switch away. So like there's even like, and I guess it does whatever it does quite well. So there is reasons to keep using a dead engine. But yeah, it is weird. Uh, but it sounded like that guy was interested in switching over, and I was thinking more again about because Godot does have issues. I'm not going to say that it's a perfectly built thing, but I was thinking more about that. Every issue it has, Unity has an equivalent one. Um, yeah, so generally there's engines or they have their own development team. So in this, I can't remember the name of the engine the Helldiver guys used, but they it's no longer supported. So they can't even like ask anybody, because when you pay for licensing on an engine, this is free, so I'm not paying for anything. You can go to who developed the engine and ask them questions how to do stuff, but it's no longer supported. So have uh, they have to figure everything out themselves and fix any issues with it. So normally though, yeah, the company would be like Unity has people, if they haven't laid them all off at this point, but they have people who I'm kind of like half looking at what I did here. I did this very strangely, but like I said, this was an earlier one. Have people that are constantly improving the engine, and Godot does too. And the people Godot has people that work on the engine, and they're paid through donations. I think so. I would assume. I don't know. Like they expect you to, if you're getting hired on for AAA, I think to know the engine too. That you're getting hired, unless you're like a junior developer. So I think, what the fuck do I know? So I think what I did here, I like the idea of what I did. It's just that I don't like how I did it. So I have 2 boxes, and I think I wanted a little gap between them, so I put them in their separate V boxes. And the reason they're on top of each other right now is because they should have been in another V box, but I think I was manually dragging them around. Yeah, and then this should have been inside here as well. That's why that was sitting at the bottom. I may have wanted that to sit at the bottom, but I don't anymore. So underneath here, we actually need another V box if we're gonna do this like the way I did it before. There's the V boxes are the thing in this, and then we would put all these inside. Whoops, all these inside here, and this button needs to go in here. 420. um, You know what I've wondered and I haven't seen and I feel like it should be a thing is a video game that teaches you how to make video games. I feel like that should be a thing. It's not, but I feel like it should be. Like, you know, you start a video game and I don't know, like you're a hacker or something. I was trying to think of how you would do it. There used to be this video game that taught you how to type. It was like Space Invaders, but to shoot your gun, you had to type in words correctly, or your gun didn't shoot. This was back in 1988, and I had it, you know, and I was trying to learn how to type. Now we gotta fix these buttons. Are these buttons manually typed in too? I bet you they are. I put a minimum size, but the minimum size is fine. Typing of the day. Is there a game like that still? So I manually, no. What is this inside of? Okay, so this is the issue, is this thing needs to expand. It needs to be like that. And then this county improvements is kind of close to the bottom, but you know what? I don't have a problem with it. I actually kind of like that it's smaller too. I could fix that, I think. Well, that kind of looks good too. The thing is, these are all well, no, it's fine. Yeah, that sounds exactly like this game. I was trying to learn. Then we need to put this. I would need to, let's make this bigger than whatever this thing is. This is this thing. We need to make this. See, I had a minimum size. We want this to be 300 now, which is not the end of the world. I don't know if I'm using. I can't remember if I'm. This is just sitting in here. Let's just get rid of this thing. Oh, it's not just sitting in here. This is not. Okay, it just populates whatever this is. So with this one, we would have the minimum size be 300. You liked the smaller county improvement box? It kind of looked okay, you know? What did I do here? I just forced it. Now I went shrink. I think we want this to be centered. It kind of does, because it is a different, these are also buttons, but it is like a different thing. Then let's make sure that so this thing is fixed. Well, we'll see once we run it. And then this thing is empty, but it seems to be, that's why there's this little gap. I was wondering what, it's because we want this to be off the thing. All right, so let's see how I've fucked shit up or not. We want this to be off. And we wait. So that works. That works. So now, now we can fuck with that other thing. The other thing being our battle control here. We want this to open up. I guess we want this to open up too temporarily here. And we're gonna go back to our margin control. And that's going to go to there. And then we want the top to force this thing way down here at the bottom. So what is that? 1080? So like 800 or something? I wish I had a thing in here. I can put a thing in here if I can find where the fuck I put it. See, I have two different areas, like an idiot. Two different areas for things. Maybe even more. I have 3 different areas for where things hang out. All right, so now let's fix this thing. I only have one of these. I only have one of these. Okay. So this needs to be not this big and not look like this. So what is this thing? So this, we need to have it. Now we do need to have a size limit. What is the size on this thing? It's always messing with UI stuff. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. I gave up on playing the modern Hearts of Iron. It's too buggy. It's too buggy. Just getting bugs left and right. The convoy thing happens like every other time I load it. It regularly bugs out with all sorts of stuff. I'm getting these pop-ups that say I'm losing some war, that I don't have any wars that I'm part of. It makes me sad, but it had to be done. I had to give up. All right, so this is 1318. What a terrible size. 1318. I'm going to type this in here so I can remember it. And then we're going to go back to our guy over here. And we'll do like a minimum. Well, we can't. It's so then minus how, what, wonder what the gap, I think it was 1. So it's actually 1316. And I never trust my own math anymore in my head. So I'm going to do this. So it's going to be 658 is the minimum of that. And then we'll do like 100 probably. That's too big. Let's do 50. Whoops. 50. And then we're going to just have this fit. We don't have to, I think I type, yeah, we'll just have this fit somewhere. And maybe. There we go. So that's going to fit in there. Save this. This is centered, which is fine. So this is already a scroll container. I think this might look dumb. It might be like 3 of these that are kind of mushed in here. Let's see what this looks like when it's actually playing. Oops, I left that thing open. I was having so much fun playing the Modern Hearts of Iron, and then I just had to give up. I had to give up on it. What are we doing here? We're going to war. We need to turn you into a leader here, though. And then we're going to go to war. We're going to go down here. We're going to pause it. Okay. I mean, besides the test label being there, it's almost the right size. I don't know why there's these giant gaps. This should be... Oh, I have some giant gap in the margin container. That's a different one, though. No, that's just to keep it off the top there. I wonder why there's these giant gaps between. I think I'm doing this V-box or the scroll thing weird. I think is what's. I think this. I'm surprised it's not giving us an error. Needs to be here. And this, because normally it gets all flipped out if you put anything else in here. But then underneath here, we're going to need another margin container. So many of these things. That would be here. How big is this thing? 28 tall? What the flying fuck? This would be up here. This is going to be here. This is going to be in here. This is going to be 28 for some reason. And what is this? Oh, I see what it's doing. And then on this thing, we can turn on, disable that thing, because we don't need it to go wider. And then this is the test box. It still has this gigantic gap between it. I wonder if there's something else going on with this thing. Oh, we have a separator in here. So what happens if we get rid of that? See, now we can fit 3 in there pretty good. We can put a tiny separator in here. I wonder why I put that giant separator in there. Let's do like 1. Let's do like 5. And then let's add another one in here. That's perfect. See, now it shows below. You can't see that. It's going to push it off the top, hopefully. And we're gonna run a test here, but don't look at the attacker's side. Let's delete these. Oh, except, you know, I just went backwards and it changed my separator to, what did I put, 5? Let's delete this one. Let's hide this one. Oh, something changed when I did that. This is too wide. So I want to be able to do that. Remember we were talking, you know, in that Hearts of Iron stream, I was asking you, like, how do you look at the old battles? I definitely want to be able to do that. I hadn't thought about that until you mentioned it just now, but yes. Let's put that on the list. Because, you know, I just personally, I was trying to do that in Hearts of Iron. I was like, where are my battle things? I see war over there. I was wondering if I made a battle. It doesn't look like I did. Let's put it in war here. Uh, permanent battle logs. The ability for the player to look at older, at past battles. Permanent doesn't, is that spelled right? I don't think this is spelled right. You know, it's, part of it is like dominions too, you know, in dominions as well. You can look at the past battles for that, you know, you gotta change your tactics possibly. You know, I was also thinking in Victoria 3, it's crazy that there's no, as the player, you don't have any tactics. You just kind of throw your guys into a mess pile, a shit pile. It's somewhat related. All right, what the fuck is going on here? This is all fucked up, is what's going on here. It's like I had 2 of these things running. We might be able to get away with this being blank right here. It has text in it, though. So this shouldn't be blank. 650 and then 50. How is that? Oh. Did I fuck with this? We want to change the anchor like that. I feel like this is wrong. I'm doing this wrong. That's what we want. But then this, I have it do like 650, but set it to fill, and it should fill on the other one. I just don't want it to change the size. I could see that it was changing the size of these groups. It's still doing it, but I think that's okay because it's not gonna be empty. Do we have anything else open here? No. Make a mini game of analyzing to gain like the and more intelligence and military experience, your faction leader, whomever you put it, this easier, quicker. Well, it might be. I'm not sure I quite Oh, we clicked through the. Look at that. Clicked through it. All right, we're gonna fix that after this. Uh, am I in the right spot? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. You got to be very specific about where you click there now. And we're going to fix that in a second, though. Like a mini... Oh, I was about to say they're not fighting. They are fighting. Oh, this looks okay. This looks okay. Except look at the... Oh, no, we're not supposed to be looking at the right side. We're not supposed to be looking at the right side. All right, so there's a new problem that I actually, I mean, I might have written this in here somewhere. I didn't put it in here, but I thought about this. We need a timestamp on these messages. We're going to do this first. And then we're going to move this. We're going to convert this to an issue. And then we're going to put this over here. And we're going to go over here. Oh, I thought I put in ideas. List. Oh, I guess I was just putting them in there. So I'm thinking, because there does have to be, so I'm going to have a lot of different research things, but you could have someone research the past battles to learn new, uh, I'm calling them ideas in the game, but you know, they're kind of like the Hearts of Iron doctrines, sort of. But in Hearts of Iron, when I forget what it's called, what they're called, where it shows at the top like so and so's, attacking and this person's defending, and actually they have them in Victoria 3 too, where it's like so and so is doing a retreat. Uh, so those I want to do something similar to that, and you start out with like this dumb shit like full on assault, moronic assault. Yeah, they're tactics. Yeah, is that what they're called in Hearts of Iron? I don't remember, or maybe I never knew. I want to do something like that, where they learn different things, and so maybe they could research the. I'm not sure about gamifying them because I don't know how I would do that. I'm gonna put ideas in here. See, I typed this in. I guess I never did it. Let's do this. Research or gamify battle logs. That's not. So that so that leaders can learn new ideas or doctrines or tactics or whatever I am calling them. So part of the whole thing with like research and stuff, since this is post-apocalyptic, like the idea of using cover isn't going to be that hard to research. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, maybe we should be. That's why I don't want to call them research so much as like ideas, where someone would be like, why don't we start using cover more? It's not like this thing that takes 5 years to research because it's not a new thing that no one's ever thought of. Oh yeah, I guess we could. We're reading a book from the library or something. It's not like research where we're coming from scratch. The idea though is that most of these people the people and the survivors are not going to be experienced military leaders. They're going to be like, oh yeah, I saw a movie where like they just charged forward shooting their guns, and so it's sort of research but not the same. So let's see here. We got the left battle log looks pretty good. So what I think I'm going to do is just delete. We'll just duplicate this one. Actually, let's see here. Is this in its own? Oh, it's got kind of its own shit going on. Looks like it's got its own script on it too. So let's maybe just adjust. No, what we'll do is we'll just stash this over here temporarily. We're going to delete this one. We're going to duplicate this one. We're going to name this right. And we're going to go attacker. And then we're going to go attacker. We're going to go down, put you back. Delete you. Then let's turn on this thing. Okay, we got to fix that. Where is this thing? Over here. And is that it? I think that's it. Oh, wait. No, I already renamed it. Then let's restart this here. So I don't know if I'm going to do battle conclusions at all. Like, I think that's going to be left up to the player. And we're actually going to get to those. That's on the list for this round. Is to have conclusions. Whoops. Go home. Not so it won't be like a conclusion. You'll just kind of you'll have to make up your own mind about it. Okay, so I have busted something. So I think what I broke was probably, yeah. We need this to go here. And then does it say in any Paradox game that if you've won Hearts of Iron, it definitely doesn't say shit. You just smash your face through their thing. Is this happening immediately? I think this first one is happening immediately. It's not. I don't think it's waiting for the hours to pass. Let's unpause it. Oh, look at this little gap. We need a... Is that overlapping? What is going on there? I have no idea also, so this timestamp needs to be pretty... Good God. I can't tell which one is the most recent one. Like, there's all these at the bottom. Is it pushing them out the bottom? I can't even tell. We need to figure that out. Look at all these 77s. We must be testing his skill level must be 77. Yeah, so let's fix that shit too. The idea here being, oh, we can't though. While this panel is open, I wanted to be able to move around. And we probably could get rid of this close button and put like an X over here or something. But I do like the propaganda aspect. I'm going to put that in the idea. Propaganda created from battle results. It even could be a lie. That would be like an ability. Why am I making these an issue? They shouldn't be an issue. Let's go in here. Let's copy this. Let's cancel this. Let's close this. Let's delete. Let's add. And I'm going to put more notes on this one. After a battle, something that could be some sort of results, such as Pyrrhic. I'm looking at your chat suggestions here, except I'm spelling Pyrrhic. Is that how you spell that? It wants a capital. All right. Victory, stunning, defeat, costly. What? Draw. A defeat. What? Defeat, etc. And and a hero could have a skill or ability or perk that uses that as a way to influence a county's population. The hero could even have a skill such as propaganda that could turn that battle result into a different battle result. It thinks that it just wanted, it's probably because this is somebody's name, right? That's spelled right. It's probably somebody's name. Yeah, King Pyrrhus of Epirus, whose army suffered irreplaceable casualties in defeating the Romans at the Battle of Heraclea. Man. All right. I like that idea. I don't know if it's possible, but let's just add it to the list, right? Of my impossible ideas and your impossible ideas. It's fine. Um, all right. So that looks pretty good. What was the thing I said I needed to fix, though? Okay, we need to fix what is being printed on these things. And I was looking at this log. We need to find out. We need to go to battle log control dot instance, and we can, because I don't remember where this stuff is. Okay, so here is, where does this under? This is confusing, needs a fucking rewrite. Oh, this is because these how I name these things get really confusing. So this attack is not, this isn't like the defenders, this isn't this defender on the left on this. It doesn't relate to these. It's who's attacking and defending. Yeah, it's very confusing. Okay, so I say rifle skill versus attack roll. So that person's rifle skill was a 77. Um, so I think if we just put that, it will make more sense. And then we need to figure out a timestamp. So we need to put in this is how we do it to make life easier. Is over here. This new string log, wherever we're adding that, it's right here. We can put in um, oh, I don't need that. I need this. Except this is not how clocks work. They have that little thing there. I guess we could put the day in as well. The only problem that I see with this is it's going to look dumb. We probably want like a dash or something in here. So every time anything's added to the battle log, it's going to put a time in front of it. The loyalty and stuff, yeah. So, yeah, is that what you mean when you're talking about what I was talking about last time about the population? All right, go in here, buddy. All right, we got this. We should be able to click this open. Well, that looks terrible. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of weird shit like that I gotta keep fixing and changing. There's also, where's my clock? I think I have the cure for this in my clock script. I just don't remember how to do it. Unless I deleted it, and I may have like just been like, oh, I don't ever need this again. Here it is. Um, yeah, this is how you do it. Let's see. Let's go back to. This seems like this would be weird though. But it also seems like it's working up here. Am I even using this anywhere? Oh, the days label is a different thing. All right, well, that's fine. Where the fuck was this? Battle control. No, we want this on the battle event, battle log here. So what we want to do here is this is gonna go here, and we're gonna go. What is going on here? String format. I think I can do this. The thing that's weird is this doesn't actually have. Let's do this differently here. We're gonna need another. The day should be its own thing. This is gonna be weird. The day should be its own thing. So we can go. Can I just stick this right in the middle? Can I do this? Can I go $? Plus. What is this gibberish? Plus that, I don't think this is going to work because this needs to be here. Wait, undo this. Go back here. Put a thing there. Put a plus sign here. Put this here. Put this. We'll put this down here actually so I can see this fucking thing. Put this. This has the wrong thing. How am I calling this the wrong hours here? there's a problem with this. There's a capital hours and a lowercase hours. This other hours should be private, but it's not. We might have just caused ourselves some other issues there, but it should be private. This should not be able to get to it. There we go. And then this is going to go here. Then this garbage is going to be plus quote dash. This is going to be very ugly here. Plus, hey, wind, how's it going? Then we're going to go like that. And then we're going to cut this thing because that was there just for. And we need a space there. Now let's see what the fuck I just did. Let's see here. Recruit you as a leader. Spawn you. Move you down here. And then click on this. Alright, the 0 is a little confusing. The 0 is a little confusing. And this seems to be pushing it from the top, which is kind of what we want. Let's unpause this. Alright, so we need this. This is right, except we need this to start at the bottom. So I want it to go up, just like this. But I want this to go, and this looks right. Except we'll put the word day right here. And then I want to figure out how this works. On this scroll thingy, this scroll container, we want it to go the other direction. Follow focus. Night shift starting. Do you work nights? Man. I've talked about this a lot. Night shifts are the worst. They're very rough. They're okay when you're young, but Jesus Christ. So we want this. It probably has to do with it, where the anchor is, would be my guess. Let's turn this thing on. And let's turn one of these on. And then let's duplicate it like 30 times here. I'm going to guess that there's some sort of like anchor that changes. Okay, my guess would be wrong. So what we want is this to be at the bottom. What is custom steps? Follow focus. I wonder what that does. Let's Google this here. Godot scroll container scroll bar at bottom. Whoops, bad at bottom. You have to write a script for it? Here's a version for Godot. You want to do the auto scrolling when the scroll bar changed. Here what I did. How to scroll a scroll container to the bottom, but it always leaves some space. You'll want to do the auto scrolling How this is 9 months ago. That's not bad. See if there's any other. I just want to see if this guy's having the same issue. Okay, stop. We'll go. We'll not watch a video together. Set scroll container to bottom. Every time a label is entered, I want to set the scroll bar to the bottom, but do I want it every time? Because what happens if you scroll up and you're looking at it, then it's going to jump down to the bottom. I just want it to start at the bottom. Wait. What happens if you put in the order backwards when I add a new log? What happens if I was to insert it at the top? Can you insert a child? Or can you put add sibling if you need it to node bool? A finished live action. It was bad. Sounds like add sibling. I don't think the add siblings right. I'm gonna take a break in a second here though. Insert child. Yeah, this is the one I want. This is what I want right here. I haven't been to the. Trying to think the last time I went to the theater. I saw Black Panther in the theater. Move child. There's no such thing as the best solution. What a dumb shit thing. Wait, thing to say. They're all bad solutions. The fuck out of here. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. I gotta stop my music that you guys can't hear. I'm listening to the Buzzcocks today, and they're great for my mellow feelings today. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and need to turn. Oh, I made it back in time. I had to go to the bathroom too. So, uh, yeah, I think Black Panther was the last movie that I saw in the theater. Trying to think, I saw that. What's that quiet movie, A Quiet Place, something? Not the new one, but that I don't remember what order. Which one was before. That was years and years ago. So I guess we're gonna try this what this guy says. Move child afterwards. I'm just curious. Dot move child text panel comma 0. What happens if we move it to the top? This is going to be on the attacker's side. I'm gonna do these simplification here. Just that one. All right, let's take a look here. We need to close this though, and we need to hide these. And then we'll also be able to see the new time. I think the new time. I'm kind of reluctant to, I was streaming that one video game, Knights of Sovereigns 2, Sovereign Knights 2, and there was no date on that game. And oh my god, the click-through thing. And it made me rethink having this just say day 0 of the apocalypse. I'm getting to spawn this person. All right, go over here. Then let's take a look. Okay, unpause it. So that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Oh wait, the attackers is just busted. Yeah, Knights of Honor 2, that game. It didn't have a date. It's a real-time game and it didn't have a date of what, like, after you start, and it baffled me that was it just, you don't know. And I have a theory why they did it that way. They did it that way because their movement on the map doesn't course, like you move too fast or too slow on the map. I'm guessing too fast. So if they tried to have a date correspond, like either no time would pass or like 6 years would pass by the time you walk from one place to another, if you did a realistic time. And so they just said, well, we'll just get rid of the dates. This didn't do anything. All right, we're going to have to do what that one guy said. And I don't like that idea. This broke. Whatever I did there, it broke. I guess if we put it at 1, it doesn't matter. It's not going to work how I want it. That would be hard to do. They're still gonna have like electricity and stuff too at the beginning. Well, I don't know. I keep flip-flopping on the idea. Like, would they have to have somebody go update or maintain the power system? Probably. I highly recommend watching the 70s British show Survivors. It's really good if you can find it. So I guess there's no way to do this scroll panel thing that goes at the top. I'm trying to having it, then you would scroll down. Having it appear at the top though would actually be an okay move if I could. Let's go back. Y2K, that would be interesting. It actually would work if this was at the top. Then you would scroll down. Wonder why this broke it. Completely. If 2 index is negative, the index will be counted from the end. That guy had 1 in there. 1 shouldn't be a thing though. I mean, it could be. I want some disease. disease is one of the key ingredients of why everyone's dead uh, for this game. I'm not thinking COVID. COVID wasn't deadly enough. I'm thinking of the disease in survivors. That thing is so great. Okay, so this is working. Okay, this is working. So the top one is what we want, and then we can scroll down to see the older ones. We don't have like a miss thing. Oh, we do have a miss thing. What are these other rolls? We're not saying if they hit, I guess. Oh my god, Deborah sucks at her weapon. Deborah's the worst. Well, she hit there. Yeah, I really want to add ships and stuff, obviously, because going up and down the coast would be amazing. The Navy so all of these, yeah, and going up this, the whatever the fuck this is, the Willamette, the Columbia, the whatever. You can, just like in CK whatever, CK 2 and 3, you can go up the rivers. Can you go up the rivers in 3? Uh, all right, so that actually works, except that I feel like we're not getting. So let's copy this. I don't know why 1 is what it's supposed to be. That doesn't make any sense. And then we'll take this to Defender, and then we will go. I gotta figure out. Let's look at this again. Whoops, I forgot to make him a thing. It's 13. So this was the hit. This was a hit as well, but it didn't play. Look at this. I can look at behind. This needs to block stuff. Um, this is a hit, but it's not. This person also is terrible with their gun. Uh, that's a miss. It needs to put. That these are misses or hits. Where's our battle thing? That's not that. Um, I had it open a second ago. I was looking for a post-apocalyptic Hearts of Iron one last night, and I thought you were talking about Hearts of Iron, and I was like Aftermath or something, but it's all outdated. Uh, I forgot that it was for CK. Was it CK3? Uh, so if this is an attack, it's supposed to be playing. It's supposed to say this. If the attacker's rifle skill is greater than the attack roll, which we can see here, rifle skill is greater than the attack roll. The fuck is this? Okay, we're passing in some bool. Why are we passing in this bool? Why does it matter? Attack log. Where did you go? Let's pin this thing here too. And let's move these next to each other. Oh, okay. That bool makes sense now. Wait. What's the name of the post-apocalyptic one? The CK one? I'm gonna put in my little notes here. The Fallout one I found. Uh, I think what's happening. No, it's not happening because it's putting their correct name. Wonder why this is only playing some of them or applying some of them. If attacker equals true, it's going to add it to here. Else an attack adds it to the defensive box. If so, this attack is attacker. So this attack goes. So this is the attack is applied, and this is the attacker. Oh man, that is confusing. Just like I said right here. And that's why I put this in here. So this is, so if it says, so it should always be putting this, and then it should always be putting this battle log. But I think there's something wrong with how this is working. If the rifle skill is a greater than the attack roll after the end, after the end. I'm kind of not that into CK3. It's kind of changed from like a map painting game to a story game, and it's also really easy. Like maybe I just need to bump the difficulty or something. Like someone was mentioning that in chat the other day. So if the attack roll is less than the rifle skill, so you got a 70% rifle skill, then you roll a 50. That is less than that. Okay, so that's right. Except because of how weirdly this is named, there's something fishy going on here. Oh look, I did 2 string over here. It is really easy. It's crazy how easy it is. All right, so this terminology, how this terminology works is we're putting in the all right, so that when we're putting in the population on this one, the defenders attack first, which is this is the defending county population is the attacker is the defender in this particular circumstance because so in the battlefield the attacker's coming, the defenders get the first shot. So this is the defenders are attacking. Let's rename this because like I said, this is very confusing. Defender to pop. This is going to be who's getting shot at. Getting shot at county population. So In this particular circumstance, the attackers are getting shot at, and this is the county population that is shooting. Just to make this, and then this is attacker, which the reason why we need this is why. Okay, it's to pass it into the right panel, the right or left panel, but the correct panel. I think this is wrong because this is the defender. This should be false, and this should be true. And then let's rerun this just to make sure that these go to the right sides. Check this over here. Perfect. You need to be an army leader. You need to go over here. And Craig Gonzalez is the attacker. He's attacking. His first roll, rifle skill 50 versus his attack roll of 89. So he missed. This person missed. So that's right. Rose is the defender. So those were backwards. Let's unpause it, then pause it again. So we should have got another thing here that said Craig Gonzalez missed, and this one should have said, oh wait, this one, because these are pushing these down now. This is correct, actually, but we're missing the one that said that they missed. It's not that it's like it's getting... It's getting... Is it turned off or is it getting deleted? I think it's getting deleted. I think our queue deletion thing is fucked up. Recruit hero confirmation panel. Is that really where that lives? Why would it be under the battle control? Something got dragged into the wrong spot there. Yeah. They're getting hidden or something. Oh no, those are my test ones. We can get rid of those though. We don't need those anymore. Now they're just confusing. So this has 3 and they're all being shown. And if they're, well, look at all these debug things. Was that happening the whole time? Okay, that was not happening the whole time. So I think what's happening is either we're not instantiating this right, or they're getting deleted. I think they're getting deleted. So what is our so we have a max number that can be shown in here somewhere. And then those are, if this is above the max number, we delete the top one, which is not what we want anymore. We want to, I wonder if I can do this. Let's not do this. I was going to try to stick that inside there, but no, let's do it this. I think you can do this thing Is it like that? No, it won't let me do it here. We need an int last child. There might be an easier way to do this. Let me Google this. Godot delete last child. Um, delete last child. Find last child. Because we can just, once we get last child, get child -1 should return last child. This is a bug from 4 years ago. How to get last child added. Because we're moving that thing to the top now. Get child, get into, get last exclusive, get node, get parents. All right, I guess we'll just do it the old-fashioned way here. Last child equals child counts. Oh, it's gonna do it for me here. -1. I swear you can do like that. This thing, and then we'll say last child, queue free. This is the attacker's window. Let's copy this, put this in here, and we'll go. They should be somewhat similar, but then we're going to go last child. And how many, what's the max? Did I put a note in for saving the battle logs? I mean, besides the idea, I want it to save them regardless. This is done. We just did this. Permanent battle logs. Okay, I did. Let's restart this puppy. Yeah, I've started some African nation in CK3. They have like some sort of pirate raiding ability. And there's actually an area they can't sail past, which I thought was dumb. But I was shocked at how quickly I was able to take over all my neighbors. Okay, so now we have this going. We probably should have this pop up ahead of time. We got a problem already here. One of these. Okay, so this one's working. So this one on the left is working. It's attack. The defender has hit. They fired their rifle. We have the hit here. We fire, you know, there's a hit. They missed. So this one's working now. This other one, Christine Stewart, it's getting the information, but we're deleting the wrong one. So what is different? This is the attacker's box. I wonder if it's because they're the same. I mean, I copied and pasted this down here. These shouldn't, you know what, it would tell me if, what is different about these? Defender, defender, attacker, attacker, child, max, attacker, defender. This was an idea I had. We don't need that anymore. is next odd line. I don't think I'm using the odd line thing at all. I was gonna have every other thing. It seems to think this is still in use. Has to call with wrong is attacker. In here, it needs to know which one so it needs to do this only, and I think this is what you're saying, and I think you are right. No, but this shouldn't matter because it's getting the count. I mean, this part is called with wrong parameter. It has to call with wrong is attacker. I feel a sneeze coming on. Let me run this again. Maybe it will make more sense in my brain. I feel very lackadaisical today. Gloria Coleman did spawn you. Is attacker. Are we getting any? No. Whoops. Those are all putting in the right spot. So let's go through this with my slow brain today. I already had my coffee too. So it's adding the log, and if the attacker is true, it adds it to the attacker panel. Else it adds it to the defender's panel. This thing goes here. If this is greater than the max lines, it deletes one. And it doesn't really matter which side it's on. Either one. What is the max lines? I think I had it at 10 originally. Oh, I don't even have it. Where is this thing? It's 0. Well, then why isn't this one getting deleted? Ten was my test number, I thought. They should have both been getting deleted. But the other one is starting with 3 in there, and I think that's part of the issue here, and I should probably delete those. We gotta fix that click-through next. It's driving me insane. Yeah, it was that number, so there was something fucked up over here. This should stop getting smaller, though, after 10 of them, and it doesn't look like it is. This is continuing to get smaller. All right, let's pause it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, this isn't working. But whatever we were doing was, oh, because it was at 0, so it was deleting these right off the bat. If the get child count is greater than max lines, let's get rid of these hidden guys here. There's no reason for these 4 to be here anymore. They were just for testing. So this is what was fucking us up the whole time. It was deleting like every other one of those. Oh, this happened before. This in my other game, this what was happening was it was only deleting like every other one because it was only happening like it's deleting. Let's go back to this. No, this looks right though, because there should be a hit or miss report every other time. It's just not deleting them at all. Did I start the combat at 20? Man, it's hard to grab that thing. The battle would have been over too. I'm gonna make it so it's much harder for them to hit each other. So the battles are more of a slog. This happened another time, and I can't remember what the cure was. I think it was in my other game. You know what? He didn't take any damage here either. Let's see here. GD print. Defender. No. $. Squigs. Defender. V-box. Get child. Count. Thing. Squigs. Versus max squigs, max lines. This is going to print every time, but that's fine. We'll copy this. We'll put it right here. And we're going to change this to attacker. I mean, we're adding them to this. Christopher Bailey. Like, these names are so generic. There's almost as generic as my real name, Josh Cook. Like, what the fuck, man? 5 versus 4. 3 versus 10. 1 versus 10. 2 versus 10. 3 versus 10. What is this thing? I should have probably put defender or attacker and defender. This happened. No, I'm remembering now. This did happen another time, and it wasn't. It was like, and see, yeah, they're still going up. It wasn't. It had something to do with Q free or something. And I had to do like just free, otherwise it didn't work. Or I had to like do remove first or something. These are still also driving me insane. I can't believe this is the new way. Wait, I said do it. There we go. There's like 9,000 of these too in my code, and they changed what the simplification was. All right, we'll just do 2 of those, but there's 370,000 of them. Oh, it's still going up. The problem why I don't want to have like 1,000,000 of these is what happens if the thing lasts for 400,000 days and there's 300 combats. We don't want this thing to just be piling up shit in the background. We want to have a limit. We can save them to disk like we were talking about, but we want a limit right now. So if this number, I'm going to look at this one more time. If, where the fuck is this thing? If the defender's children, which we know that it is over, is greater than this, then we want to defend or delete one of these. And there should be, there should be a number of these happening at once. Yeah, we're already above 10, like immediately. What was the deal? I remember this happening, and I remember I fixed it somehow. It was something bizarre. It was like, it was putting out 2 when there shouldn't. You're getting the V-box child, not the scroll. Let's see here. Maybe that's the problem. This should be the V-box, though. Is this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? It's the V-box that's inside the scroll box. I can't remember. I fixed this on another one. I forget what the deal was. It was in my other game, I'm pretty sure, that it would just keep. I was only deleting like half of them. Half of them. I like where your mind's going, though. It's something in here like that. It was only deleting like half of them, or queue freeing wasn't doing it fast enough. This -1, it was working before I did this last number stuff. So that if it gets the child count, like let's see here. It's already added and moved this crap, so it shouldn't at this point be adding any more, and it should be hitting this every time it runs. Every time this add log thing goes. We got 1 instantiate, right? I'm not instantiating multiple things in this. I see 1. That's it. 1 instantiate. Get child count -1. And it is the V-box. You can remove and then queue free. Is that maybe that's the issue? I thought I copied this code over from. Actually, I did copy this code over from my other game. But I have an idea here. It's something dumb. that's my official diagnosis here. It's something dumb. No, that's the same. And we haven't gotten to the other thing. So hex daemon here, event log. Maybe because you add a node and then check the count and then remove the last one in one frame. Joker, how's it going? That's possible. That's totally, maybe it's checking and it's, I don't, yeah. I definitely remember there was something, and I actually think, speaking of Joker, I actually think Joker was like, why do you have free in there? And I was like, instead of Q free. And I was like, I don't fucking know. It works. Uh, Somebody in chat, where's my goddamn event log thing in here? We need to open. I closed main. I've been working on the world map on this one, and I need my other scene open wherever I put it, and then I need my event log because I swear I had this exact same issue. Combat log, though. I called it the combat log on this one. Let's see. Here's the free thing. Let's try. Wait, what thing am I editing here? Let's go back to here. Let's try the free thing first. Um, and wait patiently. Turn you into an army leader. Turn you into a spawn thing. Have you go down here. Start your battle. See, this has stopped growing in size. So now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's working. Is this the right time? This is the right time. What is this fucking thing? This one doesn't have it. Um, they have negative people. Where do you see negative people? I hope there aren't any negative people. Where is this thing coming from? 18. This one's like stuck to the top left of the screen. I don't see any negative people. 84 negative. 80 now 68 to negative 12. I don't know where you're talking. I don't see anything. Oh, that's the morale. That's the morale of the group. When it's not going to go to negative when they get to 0, they're going to run away. But right now, it doesn't know to do anything. Um, this is weird. I got rid of those things, but maybe I have another one in here. Okay, the attackers have one in here. They're going to run away at 0. Recruit. I mean, I guess they could surrender. And they're actually going to run away sooner than 0. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, no, that's the correct thing. Okay, so this is the problem. I said move this to 1, and I said this doesn't make any sense. It needs to be 0, and 0 didn't work. 0 is busted. And so I changed it to 1, and that's where that issue is. Well, they could. I think so. I want, as their morale goes down, for them to have repercussions for that. But I didn't think about surrendering. I was just thinking run away. Well, yeah, both sides. Okay, so now that's working. It's 15. It's 15. Kevin, Scott, Ryan. All right, so everything is working here. Jesus Christ, that was a pain in the ass. Surprise. Also, like I said, I'm feeling very lackadaisical. Was it 5 to 100? That's so. What you do? Let's see here. He's attacking with his 34 skill, and he's fighting with his 24 skill. See, so there's actually something wrong with that, because he hit and it didn't get taken off. So that's a bug. I mean, the guy sucks too, but it's also a bug. So let's check at that real quick. We can close this hex demon shit too. Damn, it's already been another hour. That's gonna be under here though. So oh, you know why? It's because they have a cool roll first. That's how cool they are under fire. So this person must have been making their cool roll. So when they get hit, we're not having damage right now. They are going to take damage eventually, but right now it's just going to be a cool thing. So we need to put another battle log in here. So this is a roll between 1 and 100. If getting shot at county population's cool skill is less than their cool roll, so if they have a 70 and they roll a 50, their cool roll, if their cool skill, why did I put it in that order? We're gonna need a thing down here though. We're gonna need it right here. But we're gonna go. This is gonna go over here because the cool roll. Oh, what is the name of that TV show? Oh my god. I can. Oh, this has nothing to do with anything. What is the name of that TV show? It's about it's a British show. British show about two hangmen. Snuffbox. Um, I don't know where it is, but there. Look up Cool Tool in Snuffbox, and It's probably not that funny, but the fact that I kept saying cool reminded me of it. All right, so if the cool roll is less than their skill, then they've passed their cool. So this is for failure. If their cool roll is greater than their skill, they take between 1 and 20 points of damage to their. That's a lot. Uh, we should probably turn this into a global thing. Hero shit, loyalty check number, uh, export. Yeah, Snuffbox used to be like such an amazing show. I mean, I don't know how I don't know if it's aged that well. If you haven't seen Snuffbox, you should watch it. Unless it's aged poorly, then do not watch it. Uh, it's a British show, so it's gonna be hard to find. Morale damage minimum equals 1. You can spell check this shit somehow. Minimum. That looks right. I forget where the spell check. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, Snuffbox. Have you seen that? Toggle spell checker. All right, maybe that's correct. And then we'll put in here export public int morale damage maximum. And we'll say 20. It's gonna have to be a +1. +1. One more. One above max. And yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna even bother whining about it. Back over to you, buddy. Then we'll go globals. That is morale damage minimum. I could have probably just called it min, right? I could have gone min, and then morale globals. Morale damage maximum, and we could have just got max here, you know? Okay, so it's gonna then roll. So if you fail your cool roll, which is like, so this will get to 0 after all. If you fail your cool roll, you'll take morale damage, and then it says you have been hit because I copied and pasted this. We're gonna say, is this attacker? Shooting? No. Getting shot at. County population. Getting shot at county population. We'll put this, we'll just go like this so we can, and you're gonna be, yes, we're gonna pass that. It has failed their cool roll. This is not going to be the final stuff, by the way. Let's put this back up here. Whoops. Let's put this back up here and do it like right here. And they have lost, this is going to be a long note here. They have lost morale damage. Okay, so let's do this one more time here, and then I'm going to go take a quick break. So I notice when I'm not streaming and I program for usually a lot longer period, but I take a break every like 35 seconds. Rebecca Nelson. Declare war. The war has started. Okay, somebody took some morale damage. That's going to be the attacker, supposedly. Have failed their cool roll. They lost 1. Okay, so the attacker's now on the other side, though. Catherine Jones. Catherine James. This is putting this in the wrong spot, on the wrong side. Because this is calculating. Can we just put an exclamation point on there? And then it will. This is calculating on the attacker's thing. Math max. To keep it above 0, why not just quickly change it to. What are you talking about? What are you speaking of? I think you mean because instead of having like a min number and a max number? Is that what you're talking about? Um, let's do this again here. We want to put in the opposite of what? I think we need to also have a thing. Okay, Larry Johnson has failed their cool roll. They have lost 7. This other person, though, I don't see them. Oh, no, here it is. They lost 19. It's kind of a bummer that we only have 10 on there. Where did I put that? See, it should be over here, but I think I put it in some dumb place. I did. I put it in on this thing. Let's do 50. Mm. This person, army leader. I'm letting time go a little bit just to make sure that there's no other weird shit going on. I'm not pausing it, basically. Okay. So Ruth misses. Ruth has failed their cool roll. They have lost 18. So this is at 2100. Kevin Jenkins has hits. And then they lost 18. That doesn't add up. They probably got hit again here somewhere. They lost 20. Wow. So I haven't even gotten to the part with it's so when they get to 0, it's something else is gonna happen. So it won't even matter what their morale is. It's not to keep it like I don't even need to bother to stop it. I don't think. Maybe I might. This number that I put in over in the globals was so that I can easily change the roles. Like let's say I wanted to do the minimum damage is 5 and the maximum damage is 10. Yeah, I can easily find this and then edit it. I don't have to go like search through the scripts looking for that. But when it gets to 0 morale, that's when it's going to trigger them to run away. The attackers to run away. If the defenders, so I guess it is surrendering. If the defenders, well, Right now, how it's going to work, if the defenders get to 0, you capture the county. And I guess it is surrendering. I didn't think of it as surrendering, but yes, it is surrendering. But the attackers run away if they get to 0. Um, we got to fix this thing, but I'm going to take a quick break. I cannot believe that I have to fuck with this clicking through shit again. It's a never-ending battle. And then we got to fix this thing too, because one in the ability to move around. So on this, I want you to be able to move around while this is open at the bottom, just like CK3 or whatever. And this needs to be up. This event log needs to be up when this is going, when this is open. I think what I have it is, I have like a pause thing. I think it just set up wrong. The morale damage is pretty high. It should probably be like 1 or 2 or something. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. If I can find my stuff. There it goes. Sleeping. All right, I'm back. Oh, look at this. The battle's still going on. It looks like somebody is losing. Oh, when did it reset back? Did it stop? Um, somebody's losing badly. Let me turn off my break timer here. Yeah, so I think the clicking issues that I'm constantly having are based on 2 different things. How I'm getting the clicking on the map is different. It's not a click through thing. It can click it's wherever this is. It compares the colors. And then the other thing is, I think, uh-oh, the negative is pushing that over. We wouldn't be in the negatives though, so that's not a problem. The other thing is, I think a lot of it, like I had to give up on the county stacking because it just wouldn't, oh, look, these are up to 50 though. Wonder what happened there. God damn it. My music went, I thought I had oh, it's this one. There's one album that has their music is all turned down and fucked up. There we go. Anyways, wonder why this is going up to 50. Oh, I changed it to 50. The other thing is like the stacking. I just could not get that to work. And that was before I even changed. Like I still want it to be the stacking. I don't really like the way that it currently is. I way rather have it the stacking where you click through them, but it just wouldn't. It would not cooperate. Even when I was adjusted the pickable thing, like the only thing that was pickable would be the top one, and it would still. It just sometimes wouldn't allow that one to be clicked. So I think if you keep it simple, it probably works fine. But if you have any complication, that's what I'm going to do, Lord Mac. That's why I want this number available for adjustment. And also what I want to have is at night you regain, well, when you're not in, at night, it depends if, once again, back to the ideas thing. If you're not night fighting, you'll regain some morale, and then there also will be rolls by the leader to regain some morale. So I want it to be a slog, though. I know. It's the opposite of what most people I want these battles to take weeks, months. So yeah, that is the plan. Right now it's really high because we want it for testing. 20 points of morale for one shot, but there's also you can't get hurt. Yeah. 300 years later, the same guy. That's why I want vampires in the game, because the battles are going to take so long. You got to be immortal. So let's see here. Back to the clicking thing. I think that this shouldn't be that big of a deal. I shouldn't say that. So what we got to do here is on mouse enter, we're going to have to turn off the thing. We're going to have to turn off, and I guess I'll put it on here. I was thinking we can just have one global. You know what I did in my other game, and it actually worked pretty good. This is what we're going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do the vampires, because the day battles, they're going to need thralls, to protect them during the day. I want them to have it so they die during the day. They can't go out during the day. Unlike the newer types of vampire mythology where they just get debuffed during the day. No, they die. They got to like hide in their coffins or underground or something. So what I did in my other one was I set up, not in here, and I know I have something in here because I looked at it. We're going to add in a new thing called auto load. We're going to call it main auto load. And we're going to go put this in here. And we're going to create it. And it needs to move up. I don't remember what I'm doing with this one, but I don't want to fuck with it. Then we're going to need to open this. Okay, I got to open it down here because why would they make it easy? Main auto load. And then on here, we're going to go public static main auto load instance equals this. And then we're going to have what will, oh, except I can't link to it. How did I do it? Oh, I know how I did it. It'll be fine. No, it won't. Yes, it will. This is how we'll do it. What was I calling these other ones, though? We want to disable in here. It must be higher up. Stop click through. Stop click through is what we're going to want. Yeah, this isn't going to work how I was thinking, because I don't think we can connect a signal to the auto load. Let's see if we can do that. I don't know how we would do that. We can't. I don't think. Connect signal to auto load. Global emit signal. And they're writing a custom. Oh, 6 years ago. They're writing custom signals, which I have not done yet. How to make a signal bus with an auto load. Because I can put it in globals, I guess. If that's the case, I'll just put it in globals, but I don't know. You know, moonlight is the sunlight, so you're gonna have to ignore that. The moon's light on fire. No, we're gonna have to ignore that. All right, this idea is not gonna work, or at least I would have to learn something, and we're not learning anything today. Today's not a learning day. Let's cancel this. Let's go back to what we'll do is we'll put it on this UI script. That's what we'll do. And it will be a UI thing. Let's go back to here. So these would load before everything else. And I was thinking to attach a signal to that since it's going to be shared throughout instead of having like all these little connections. They have their own little script. But what we'll do is we will put in here on mouse enter UI. We're going to go private void, and then we'll do this, and we will go player controls instance dot stop click through equals true, and then we're going to go private void on mouse exit UI, and then we're going to copy this thing, we're going to put it down here, we're going to go false. And then we're going to get rid of this extra line. And then we're going to go back to this thing. And we're going to go mouse entered. We're going to go to player UI. And we're going to pick it. We're going to cancel that. We're going to build this. I'm trying to resist thinking about like the Druid start and the Cthulhu start and the Vampire start because I have so much, of this um the basic stuff to get done because that's what I like to, imagine um the different stuff. I just like to think about that stuff, but it's like I said, I'm trying to keep my mind from doing it, from thinking about that, because it's just more mechanics that I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. All right, so when this thing enters, it should turn off the clicking, but there is like a big deal with setting up this mouse thing. I think it has to be on like something. I think it has to be on like stop or something. So the idea with the Cthulhu start is that you're like a baby Cthulhu, a week, and your main existence is uh, this wasn't even the thing I wanted to fix. Your main existence is you can take over people, kind of. That wasn't what I wanted to fix, but let's see if we did it anyways. We did not. So this control, I'm pretty sure it has to stop. I think that's what the key was. Let's test that again. Then you're going to be like, you would infect you would send in like a person who's already infected with like the mind virus of submitting to that Cthulhu. They would slowly getting weird, turning into some more of like some sort of monstrous creature. I forgot to make this guy a leader. Well, we definitely clicked through. Definitely clicked through that. And then they would infect other not with just the mind virus, but yeah, that still didn't do anything. What is the size of this control? What does this control look like? Oh, that control is massive. I think I gotta look how I did this on these other ones. We also can stop this debug log here. We don't need this filling up our shit. I think I had to do it like in weird spots to get it to. Well, we also would need to. Let's do this. Let's go back to global. Well, where did I put that thing? It was on player UI. We need to have a GD print on here. Good God. Come on. Period. And then we'll copy this and we'll put this down here. And then we'll just make sure that that's working first. We'll turn this thing off. Because that can be the first thing. I guess actually it's going to be easier to test this one. So I should fix that one first. I forgot to make them on leader. But now they'll go home. If I could stop clicking through that. Why is this still printing down here? I only got one. I only got one of them. I can't tell if it is not registering that I'm going over this. And it should. So this control, though, is quite large. This control is kind of massive here. So we actually don't want this. It's not working anyways, but we don't want it on the control. We want it on the, let's disconnect this. We want the control to ignore. We want this margin container is too big. This is the one we want it on. So let's put it on here. And this needs to go over to here. And then I see some bugs there, but I think they came up later. And then this is gonna go. I've retrained myself to only use the pick thing. So that's on here, and that seems right. Because the control's too big. Is this thing set as ignore? Pass. We want you to ignore. And we want you to ignore. And we'll see if these bugs stick around or if they were just some bullshit. Convert you into a leader. Spawn you. Attack. Oh, look at that. I need it's it's these are like on top of it or something. Those aren't supposed to be clickable. What is this thing's? So this thing has stop, which is what we want. I think the pass is what's the panel container should be doing all of the stopping. These other things on top, what a pain in my ass, should not be doing any mouse stuff. And I think that's part of the problem. And like, I think this pass, it consumes part of the. This one we need it. Recruit army button. What? Recruit aid button. What are these things doing down here? Recruit hero. Battle log control. I think I must have copied this over. I'm going to delete these, but I think I must have copied these over. Well, let's turn this on. I bet you I copied these over. Yep, that's what I did. I hope. Otherwise, I just deleted something important. Um, so these should be ignore. I'm doing a lot of changes here without any testing. It's kind of not the brightest move. I should have tested just the top here first. But here we go. Ignore. Ignore. So now everything except this, we want this thing to stop. Okay. Turn off this. Start this again. Man, time's flying today. What time is it in real? It's only noon. Here we go. See, it's exiting and entering a UI element here. Oh, I know what it is. It's these things. Have something on them. Mouse. Ignore is what we want. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do DLC or just keep adding to the base game. That would be the since it's, I'm releasing it for free and it's open source too. Did I make this person a... Okay, so this is now working. Because it should have moved. See how if I go in through this orange one, it should react when I go over the edge. All right, so this is working. That still works. I think I clicked through the fucking button though. We might have to attach that shit to the button. Let's try it one more time. Stephen Powell. Now that I've done this 100 times, I kind of have the whoa. I have the feeling of how things work. Go into here. Go to here. Let's go through this way though. So we're selected over there. Yep. So the button doesn't do it. So on the button, we go back to here because this isn't annoying at all. We have a signal on here. Okay, we have the close button. Mouse enter. We're going to go back to this thing. We're going to pick and we're going to connect. I don't know why advance is turned on. And then we're going to do mouse exited. We're going to go to player UI. We're going to pick. And we're going to connect. And I don't know why. Like I said, it's the boy who cried wolf thing. When you're messing around with the inspector, it gives you debugs so often that it's pointless. They're meaningless 90% of the time, 99% of the time. So you just stop looking at them. All right, button. So it does register this, but I have a feeling, yeah, it's so fast that you can't actually do anything. Let's go back through the green side here. Yeah, so that's working correctly. Everything is working correctly, and the game is fucking ugly. I just want to state that. Now we need to go back to this thing. And this thing, we cannot link it to the player UI because it's being instantiated. And it doesn't have, did I get rid of these? I don't see any mouse enter shit on here. You need to be open though. Yeah, we have, and I'm gonna rename this to UI. And I'm not quite sure what happened here. I think it used to have that. Maybe I deleted a signal. This isn't going to work anymore. Okay. So what we need to do is check a couple of things. We can't have it on this one because this one covers up these buttons. So on this one, we got to have ignore. And then this is a button. This whole thing is a button. So the label we don't care about. We can't put it on here. So it's these two. Here's the issue. Is this button only goes to here. We want this button to go over to here. I probably manually type this shit in. And in reality, we want it to like fill, but not over this thing. So oh, I see. I wonder why we aren't just changing the name of the, this could be, okay, well, we can't see it. That's one. That's one problem. Who knows what's going on there? What we need here is another H box. And then we're going to put this in here and this in here. This one will move. Well, okay, that didn't work. We have this. We want this to expand like that. And we want, this is perfect. And then we'll call this buttons H box or something. And we'll call this icon H box. And then now this should automatically expand to that new size. We need to do the mouse enter, mouse exit shit. This one's going to be on its same thing, except I just renamed this. Oh, we got to build it. I want these to, on mouse enter UI thing, to be the same, just to be consistent, because otherwise it will be more confusing later. The reason I've gone to picking all of these is because it kind of gives you a hint if your shit's set up right. Because if sometimes it needs things inside of here, and if it doesn't have it, it won't show up on the list. Okay, so on this button, oh, you know, we could do it on the whole H box, actually, I think. Yeah, we didn't have an H box before. Let's do that. Let's see if we can do that. No, we can't do that because the buttons are going to stop the mouse movement. And then we want this to stop. And we want this to stop. Mouse, stop. All this other crap should be ignore. This says pass. We're going to put it on ignore. God damn it. All these things, they should be underneath. Yeah, they should be underneath, I think. I think it goes from the bottom up on the but I'm going to still change these to ignore. And then I don't think I have a GD print in here. Oh, I have some. They're just old. Oh, it's telling where that's mouse over UI. This is going to be, I wonder why I renamed it. And now when we resize that thing, I think it will work. on its own. We won't have to go through and adjust shit if we resize something. Yeah, so this is no longer work, which is what we want. We want the there's a something in here. This isn't set right. It says it's stop. Oh, we didn't connect the signals again though. Mouse enter. Mouse exit. I haven't gotten any YouTube comments today, so that makes me worried that I'm missing. Okay. I always worry after that one day where I didn't the YouTube. Oh, there's one. When do I think I'll finish the game? I keep saying 5 years. But that number never gets lower. So as more time passes, I keep saying 5 more years. My other game, I'm actually pretty much at the point where I need an artist really badly. I keep putting it off. We gotta go up here. Yeah, there we go. BRK, how are you doing? I saw you join Discord. Yeah, I keep adding features and stuff, so I feel like, and this is just one part of of North America. I want to add all of North America. I want to have cultures. I have so many things, vehicles, inventory. Where's my list? And we haven't even gotten through every round of everything. Story events, haven't even started with that. Faction, like everything, we're pretty close. I'm pretty close to being back to where everything. It actually looks like, okay, story events is something I haven't worked on. That should probably be higher on the list. Except I want it over this one. I want to do some changes to how the map editor works. Next. Start menu. We were talking about programming without a engine again today. Yeah, so every one of these, and this is only like things that I've come up with while I'm programming, like story events empty. Not things that I've just been thinking about, which earlier I said like the vampire stuff. So I want to have different factions you can pick at the beginning, and I'm trying not to even think about those. So I haven't even gotten to that. We were talking about mounts the other day, where there would be, cars, bicycles, horses, all sorts of shit, disease. And the game barely even operates as a game right now. It doesn't operate as a game. It doesn't operate as anything. It's just a conglomerate of crap at this point. The donkey, yes, there definitely needs to be a donkey. Like all of this stuff. Like I look forward to working on this research part next. See the county panel is still open back here. There's a thing that says that in one of these to do things, it says that the county thing never closes. Gators, yes, there needs to be. I'll put that in the thing. Ideas. More gators. That's definitely. I mean, there's going to be, it's in North America, so there's Florida. And then, what about those hippos? That's in South America, though, I think. That's in Colombia, right? The hippos? So, yeah, I think it's going to take a long time um, for it to get to where it's playable and somewhat enjoyable. Like I at this point, I guess we're almost to playability. You can take over stuff. That's like the next thing we're working on, but it wouldn't be enjoyable. We're done with this. We just fixed this. It would be terrible. Uh-oh. Auto mod. I don't think we have meese here. I've never seen a meese. That's what I call them when there's more than one of them. Uh, they might live out in the boonies. I feel like that's more of a uh, Washington thing. Now I'm curious. There probably are. Are there moose in Oregon? There are a few in Oregon in the far northeast corner in the Blue Mountains. Right over here. We'll have to put that as a special thing. It is especially over here. Like right in the Portland area, there's trees everywhere, and along this area, there's trees everywhere. But yeah, I'm the only developer. Yeah, it's open source, but I don't expect other people to help. Like that's not, like some open source projects. It's like they're trying to get a group of people to work on it. I don't want a group of people. I mean, they can help, but I don't expect that. And for all I know, I would see their PRs or whatever they're called and be like, nope, I don't want that, and it would waste everyone's time. And it's still at the infancy, so just making sure this all looks right. Next on the list, what do we got here, though? I feel like we can get some stuff going. Reparent was a good thing to know, though. So I value that contribution. Um, all right. So what this is talking about, and this is like multiple issues, is when we have this combat thing, we need to fix this. So when this is here, and we open this, well, in this particular case, it's when we pause it. So when we pause the game, this goes away. And we don't actually want this to go away in this particular case. There'd be different. So I want this to be, and I can't move it. Like you can have this battle log going while you go do other stuff, and you can be watching the battle log. That way, probably, now that I think about that, because I can't move the camera, but pretend like that battle log is still open. If you were over here, you couldn't actually see the morale. So let's actually do that, because that's going to be more fun than fixing these other bugs. At least more fun for right now. And how much time do I got? Oh, it's already 3 hours. This title is what we can edit. So this is under battle log control. Battle log control. Yes. Let's put it up here though. Private label. Title. And then what we'll do is we'll have private void update. And we'll put in here. So every time an add log is ran at the end, we'll update that. However, I just typoed something and it worked fine. Battle log control title text will equal um, this thing doesn't know. It does kind of know. All we're putting in is the string and is attacker. We're not. It doesn't know who's actually doing the combats. Where are we getting this other number from then? Okay, maybe this won't be as easy as what I was thinking. Where are we getting this? This number? That's going to be... No, that's going to be under... Jesus Christ. That's going to be over here. Yeah, that's this. So that's these labels. Where is it pulling this information from, though? So this is start battle. This is where it puts this thing. Attacker morale label. So here's the labels for this. So let's do it this way. Do we know which... I already see like an issue here that I didn't even think about. What happens if there's two battles and you click over here? It only knows that this is the... It would add both things to the same battle control log. Both battles are going to get added to that same log thing. They kind of need their own instantiated instance of that whole thing. That whole thing could be its own scene. I guess this is going to be wildly more difficult than I thought. So maybe we won't do that right now. We'll get rid of this though. Wildly more difficult. Well, I already am at the 3-hour mark, so might as well, I'll just fix all these annoying things real quick. Where's next? Where's the next one? Can't believe they changed this up on me. I'm just gonna have to have my brains just gonna... Later I'm gonna be wondering why these look like this, is what I know is gonna happen. We got 3 in a row here. And then I will push this code. We have a namespace that you would like. Oh, main auto load. We got a solution for you. Main auto load. Not public classes. I just want straight up scripts here. This is our... Nope. Just wanting to make sure, because it's very easy to accidentally delete stuff up there. So I'm just going to make sure it doesn't actually tell us what file we're deleting. So that's nice. What else can we fix here? Use primary constructor. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, this should be like a public class. I wonder why this isn't breaking. I want to look at another public class, but I'm going to call it a day in like 2 seconds here. I don't have any public classes open. I have a lot of scripts. I have too many scripts. I can't find anything. County population. Oh no, there isn't. I wonder why it doesn't like that. We just won't. We won't worry about it. Here's another simplification thing. Collection and initialization can be simplified. That says to list though. I don't know what that is. I haven't learned that part yet. Here's another one. Okay, this is the. Oh no, this is they wanted to so this is like this. It's been telling me to do this for a while, and it looks confusing to me. Combat logs. This is leftover from how I was going to do a different thing, and I think we might actually make this the list. This is back to what we were talking about, like saving the logs. I was going to get rid of this, but no, it's still confusing. Saving the logs, so I'm going to have like a log file, and then we could save them somehow. I wasn't thinking of saving them long term, but I was thinking, but I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that now, but I wasn't thinking about doing it long term before, but I was going to have like a log file. Oh, this is why this was like this. So it's back to this. If we had two battles going on and we go like this and we close this and we go to another battle, it's got to show that battle. And in this, how it's currently, it would just, everything gets thrown in here. And we need to be able to set it so that it pulls up these combat logs. They need to be saved somewhere, even before we were talking about the long-term thing. So that not necessarily saved to disk, but they need to be saved somewhere. And each one needs to be a list. Then we need like a load to load them back up. Yeah, there's a lot of work for that needs to be done. But let me push this code to here, and we're having like that's gonna be brutal. And I only work on this on the weekends. I keep telling myself I'm gonna stream this on a Wednesday because I want to continue to get shit done, but then I never do it. What did we do today? We kind of just fucked around with stuff. Things were improved. The battle control was the main thing. Battle control now looks and acts correctly. It was slow going though. My brain wasn't quite in the programming state of mind, which is weird because I've been looking forward to it today since yesterday. But all right, everything has been pushed to this branch. I deleted some old branches before I started streaming too. But that's it for me today. Thank you guys for the conversation like always, and have a good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever.